Coming up on Chicago Bears Now, we get into a mailbag. So use hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions answered on the show. I don't want to talk about Khalil Mack first, though. Could it be the return of the Mack? It was reported on Monday by Ian Rappaport that Khalil Mack will play in 2026, and could the Bears sign him to a one-year deal? Here's what Rap Sheet had to say. He said, Chargers legend, also Bears legend, Ian. Khalil Mack, one of the top edges available, will play in 2026 at the age of 35, coming off a strong season. Mack is a priority for LA. Instead of retirement, Mack is back exploring all options and will be a big-time target in free agency. And I'm going to take that last note as, unlike last year when he re-signed with the Chargers right before free agency, I do think he's going to let himself hit the market and see what that looks like. So that's certainly very interesting. Khalil Mack obviously had an awesome stretch with the Bears. I mean, he led that awesome 2018 defense, which I think is one of the best defenses of this century in the NFL. If you could put that defense with this offense, I mean, I think it's the best team in the league. He obviously had a great stretch here. He's been great with the Chargers. He's aged really well. He's been very durable. Remember that last year in Chicago, he only played in 7 games. He had that foot issue, and I think the Bears were a little concerned by that, and he played 17, 16 games. Last year, missed 5 games. I think, was it a collarbone or a forearm elbow issue? So it was kind of one of those fluky injuries. It's not like it was a torn ACL or something like that. And while the sack numbers have been a little down the last couple of years, his pass rush win rate is still good, and he's still awesome against the run. Like, he's not at his peak, but he is still a very, very good player. Still almost 15% pass rush win rate. I kind of like the idea of Khalil Mack coming back on a one-year deal because I think you could, he'd still play a lot, but with Austin Booker kind of emerging, I think you could keep Mack's snaps relatively down compared to what he's played throughout the course of his career and play him in the snaps that really matter along with Montez Sweat. Maybe you draft a guy in the middle rounds of the draft as well, and that's your group of 4 edge rushers with Montez Sweat, Khalil Mack, Austin Booker, and someone in the draft. And obviously you have Dio Dengbo and Shamar Turner coming back, a couple of guys that have versatility on the edge and the interior. Now, as far as contract goes, he played on a 1-year, $18 million deal last year. Is it something like that? Maybe a little less. Maybe it's like $15 million. The cap is going up more than $20 million, so I could see him fetching something like that. He is still very good. I'd go one for $15-16 million. I think he's still a damn good player, and I like the idea of not being tied down to a free agent edge for like 3 or 4 years. I think the Bears have probably learned their lesson on Dio Dengbo. Let's get someone on a 1 or 2 year deal and complement this group. I think Khalil Mack would do that very well, and obviously be a great story. Maybe he plays 1 or 2 more years in the NFL with the Bears and wraps up his career. So, and has a chance to win a Super Bowl, which would obviously be awesome. How much would you offer Khalil Mack? Like, what's as far as you would go? Probably what he got last year is as far as I would go. 1 for 18. I would try to have it be more like 12 to 15 million, but I'd be willing to stretch to 18. Maybe add a void year on it to keep the cap hit down a little bit for this year. But I think he's still very, very good. I'm not paying him $25 million, but I think I'd go in the mid-teens for Khalil Mack. All right, questions now. We got Austin with the Super Chat. Do you think we should trade up in the first using more in a future pick? I'm the guy who got Dylan T on CHGO. Oh, nice. Awesome. I saw they had him on. I haven't seen the interview, but that's cool. How much farther up in the first round does DJ Moore help you move? If we think DJ Moore probably fetches a 3rd at best, or more realistically like a 4th or 5th, just in a vacuum, how many spots does that move you up in the first round? A couple? I don't think trading DJ Moore moves you up from 25 to 15. I'll just put it that way. So, look, if there's a guy you love at 22 and that team, I'm just throwing out a number. I don't even know who picks 22 on the top of my head. And that team needs a receiver and they'd be willing to move down 3 spots if they added DJ Moore. Like, cool. Like, I could see something like that happening. But I don't think you're jumping 8-10 spots with a guy like DJ Moore. Chargers are at 22, so that's a bad example. But you guys get my drift on that one. All right, Will Edwards with a 5. You think we could fleece somebody for Edmunds like the Jets did, the Colts for Sauce? Completely different situation. Number one, Sauce was like 24 years old, plays a more premium position, and, his contract is a lot, but for his age and if you're banking on him continuing to improve, not a bad contract. Now, that was still a horrific trade, in my opinion, for the Colts. But it's more a bad trade because they basically went all in on Daniel Jones. That was the main issue there. It was an overpay regardless, but you guys get my drift. I don't think some team's giving you a second-round pick for Tremaine Edmunds. Listen, if you get a fourth, I'd be thrilled. If you get a pick at all, I think it's a win because you've broadcasted to the league, hey, we're probably cutting this guy, so give us a call. We're open for business. We're also open for business. If you want to get some Bears Now merchandise, we got these awesome new Bears Now t-shirts in navy and black, $24.99. But the whole store, go to chatsports.com/bearshop. You'll see these. You'll see the St. Patty's stuff. If you're watching live, if you buy the St. Patrick's gear by March 4th, you will guaranteed get it before St. Patrick's Day. If you get it like a day or two after, there's a chance, but guarantee if you get it by the 4th, you will get it by St. Patrick's Day. You can rock the t-shirts in green, navy, or black. You got the hoodies available in black or navy as well. And we have all the other merch too. The Iceman, the FGB, Take the North, all that stuff is available. Chatsports.com/bearshop. Tons of t-shirts, tons of hoodies. Hats could be coming soon. So stay tuned for that. Get going today. All right, Zach Clark, do you see Sonny Styles as an actual option at linebacker? For the Bears, no. I think at worst he goes top 10. So you trading up 17 spots to get into the top 10? I don't think it's realistic. You never know. Draft night can be weird. Could he fall to like 12, I guess. But Dallas at 12 is probably his absolute floor. I don't think he gets past them. Seth Delp, if they only re-sign Byard back at safety, who should they get as the other starting safety? I think it would be someone in the draft. So is it one of the higher guys like Dylan Thieneman or Emmanuel McNeil-Warren who may or may not be available at 25? Is it someone like Kamari Ramsey or A.J. Halsey? Is it someone like Michael Taff or Bud Clark or Zakee Wheatley or Genesis Smith? There's kind of different tiers and buckets of guys in this draft that you can get that I think can start as rookies, so they would have options. You could also go with the cheaper free agent market. That's one of those positions, safety, where there's probably going to be a couple of guys that get squeezed out in free agency. Like if they don't sign day one, you get to day 3, 4, 5, 6, and Julian Blattman's still available. You could get him for like $3 million potentially, someone like that. So it's one of those positions where like the good ones get paid, but even like the quality starters sometimes slip through the cracks because teams look toward the draft. So the Bears would have different options, and I do think if you can re-sign Byard at the right price, that is still an ideal outcome. Subscribe to the channel. We got daily Bears content for free here on YouTube. Turn on those notifications as well. Busy time. We got free agency coming up. The draft is less than 2 months away, so lock us in. Do not miss out here on Chicago Bears Now. All right, Brian, thoughts on Jawaan Taylor being released? He stinks. I don't think he's a viable option for the Bears. People forget this. When the Chiefs gave him a 4-year, $80 million contract, the intent was to play him at left tackle. He had been a right tackle with Jacksonville. They thought they could flip him. By training camp, they had ditched that plan. So that's pretty telling. And the Bears don't have a need at right tackle, so unless you think you're smarter than the Chiefs and can get him to play left tackle 8 years into his career when he's not even that good at right tackle, to me, he'll sign with a right tackle needy team as like a stopgap option, and that's not the Chicago Bears. All right, William Bomer, bring back Leonard Floyd. Wouldn't be opposed. He's better in a 3-4. I don't know if he checks the Dennis Allen boxes, but again, he's kind of in that bucket of players at this stage in his career, like serviceable veteran. Ideally, he's like a number 3 edge. I like a Clowney better. I thought Clowney had a better year last year, but he's kind of in that same tier, probably in the lower end of that tier, especially on how both played last year. Floyd wasn't as good last year as he had been in previous years, but yeah, I mean, if you told me you got Leonard Floyd for like $5 or $6 million, like I wouldn't be opposed to that. Come in, be 3rd or 4th edge rusher, got no problem. Okay, who is your top Bears free agent target this year? Is it Trey Hendrickson? Is it someone else? Khalil Mack? Let me know. Who is it? Alex Tucker, if we get 2/3 for Cunnyiam, what are the chances we trade back into the first or just a better second for an edge or a safety? Well, to be clear, one of the thirds would be this year, the other one next year. So I do want to make that clear. I do think this is going to be an interesting calculus. Hopefully the Bears find this out by the start of free agency, because I do think it could impact what you do in free agency. Like, if you know you have that third-round pick available, you might be more selective in free agency. Like, hey, like, this is our price point for this player. If he wants more, we think we can find someone at that position in the draft. So I do think it's important that the Bears have clarity on that by the start of free agency. I forget exactly when the comp picks get announced. I'll try to look into that and get back to you guys. But, yeah, obviously if you have 2 extra day 2 picks, one this year, one next year, that gives you more ammunition to trade around and make different decisions in terms of your roster building. So it's important. DC Viper, is Swift still safe as the Bears' number 1 running back, or are the Bears going to look into someone like Breece Hall? Well, I'm filming this Monday at about 4 o'clock Central, or 6 o'clock Central time, and as of now, Breece Hall has not been tagged. Now, it's been heavily reported that that will be the case. If he gets tagged, I'm not trading for him. Like, I wouldn't do a tag and trade with the Jets. If he's a free agent, I'd at least sniff around, see what that price tag is. If you could get him around the $10 million per year mark, and you cut Swift, which clears $7.5, you pay $2.5 million more on average for a better player, I'd at least be open to it. I'd say Swift is pretty safe right now. Like on the Smoking Jays meter, I'd give it 3 Smoking Jays. He's back, and he's in your pairing with Kyle Monangai. Now, could someone pop up in the draft that they love? Could a Breece Hall be available? Maybe. But for now, I would say, and based on the comments at the Combine from Ryan Poles, I would say he's mostly safe and likely back next year. But I don't think it's 100%. I think there are specific scenarios where he could be cut or traded to another team if they find a different back that they like. All right, guys, that's going to do it for Chicago Bears Now. I'm all over social media, still catching up on DMs, but give me a follow, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, same handle for all 3 at HGramNFL. I'm also on Facebook trying to grow that page, facebook.com/HGramNFL, or if you're just on the app, search Harrison Graham Chat Sports. You'll find me right there. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. We, of course, will continue to pump out the content, so subscribe to the channel as well.